Hello, everyone. It is Lori B at Grungy Girl Journals. I am finally back. I did my last video, I guess it was about 5 weeks ago, and it was about how I start one of these journals, and it shows my fabrics and laces and things like that before I got started. I did dye these myself. All of it and tea stained. So it's kind of been a process, but really just love how it turned out. I love the color. I love um, everything about it. Um, this is definitely my style and my sense of humor, maybe. Um, it's just, I love things to be playful and give you a lot to look at. So if you want to look at that uh, previous video, it's the one right before this one, and it'll kind of tell you how I started. Uh, I did life got in the way a little bit. I've had a loss in my life, and just kind of trying to deal with that. And I'm better now, and just happy to get back at it. So here we go, and say hi to Louie. This journal is called Honeybee, and maybe not for the reason why you think. It is a bee journal, sort of. It is, it's more about, the thought. But I actually have a whole story. Well, I have kind of a story about it, and it goes a little something like this. This is Beatrix, and Beatrix has her yellow dress on, and she's not too terribly happy about it, because she's a tomboy, and she doesn't really like to wear dresses. But mom insisted, and so she allowed mommy to take her picture. And within an hour, most likely, she had this dress off, and she was off playing in the mud. So her name is Beatrix, but her Grammy calls her Honeybee. She loves the color yellow, and this is really more of a, I guess you would say, a mustard yellow, spicy mustard. Um, it's reading pretty true to color on the monitor. And this was a christening dress, and it's got some layers, and I'll show you that when I take the tag off. So this tag, I just love this tag. And what I did with this is it's clipped on, but it also slides on the ribbon closure. And I really did that just so it wouldn't, flop around. And the way I did that is it's just a little slip through, and it's made out of some scrap leather. And I stitched that on there. Gave it a nice back. This is some trim that I bought from Michelle Scott. I just doubled it up side by side. And she is such a cutie. And this is some seam binding, and I did a few French knots there. Is it blurry? Don't be blurry. Some Battenberg lace. Did some stitching. Here's that other dress that I used. And she is just so cute. And she just clips on with this clip which says memories on it, I believe. So here is the book. And believe it or not, this is a one signature. I don't know how I did it, but I got all of it in there. And I'll show you the layers. So this is, I dyed this as well. And this is just, all this is a laundry bag. You know, one of those nylon laundry bags. And I usually use this when I do a bead journal because, you know, it's got this honeycomb pattern. And it took the dye really well. And so I made a little skirt out of that. And then we have another christening dress here, which I dyed, and it's just all sewn together. And I do hand sew. I don't do anything on the machine. And that is the skirt. And this is part of this dress right here that I cut off the top and I sewed it onto another dress, another christening dress fabric. And this has been, like I said, dyed with RIT yellow, golden yellow, I believe it was called RIT dye. And I also tea stained it. And another thing I did was I took some diluted bleach, put it in a spray bottle, and I sprayed it, which is kind of scary, but it worked out really well. So it's got a nice blotchy, grungy look to it. All right, let's open her up. Lots of goodness. So this is a tag and a tuck up and a tuck down and a flip over and a pocket and a, you know, all the things all in one. Have some dried flowers here, or pressed flowers. And this I don't know what this is called, but it was a bag. It was I don't know if it's acetate or it's softer than acetate. It's more bendy. But I loved it because it has the polka dots on it, and I kind of tried to use polka dots throughout the book. And so that's what I really liked about it. And so I just used that instead of acetate. And I will probably never come across that again. I think I got it in Happy Mail, and so happy I did. So I dyed this lace, and this was white lace, and I dyed it with, I never dyed it yellow, I don't think. I went straight for the distress sprays. I used a re-inker, Tim Holtz re-inker in Vintage Photo, and I put it in a container, and I put a little water in there, and believe it or not, this is the color it came out, the Vintage Photo. It's just a beautiful vintagey, taupey, not quite green, not quite gray. And this slides, sorry about that, this slides down. Love that key. That's the original patina on it. And this was a collar that I dyed, a lace collar. Backed it with some bee-themed newspaper. I did a lot of grunging, distressing on this book. And then the next thing is this comes out, and it's this wonderful envelope. And I think y'all, please, I'm not making any promises, but if I can learn how to edit videos, I think I'm going to do a tutorial on this. I got a lot of compliments about it, and it's time consuming, but it's really fun to make. And I can tell you where I got everything, and I distressed this envelope, and it had some leather glued on it, and I ripped it off, so that's a nice little piece of grunge right there. And I will leave below in the description box where I got my digitals. And this is a picture of Beatrix's sisters, and this is she was the baby of the family. There's her sisters. They don't look very happy, do they? It's probably because they have to wear all those clothes in the heat. That's what I'm thinking. But those are all her sisters, and then little Beatrix comes along. And I'm sure she's given them some trouble. But she loves them. So there's all the sisters right there. So she likes to carry that photo around of them. So this just tucks in, and this was not a CD pocket. I used a big old circle punch, and so I made my own. And this just slides. It's like a you know. Oh, and there's magnets. I put some magnets in there, so there's a magnet right here that'll keep. What does that keep in place, Lori? Oh yeah, it keeps this in place. So when you put this back in, it clips onto that magnet, and it doesn't fall out, except when you don't hook it like so. And this also has a magnet, and it will connect to that other magnet. Sorry, my words aren't coming out. It will connect, and it won't flap around. I'd forgotten I did that. I'm so smart. So there is that, and I promise that I will start trying to figure out how to edit videos. I promise you, I have tried so many times, and I'm usually in the middle of a journal, making a journal, so I lose interest pretty fast when it comes to anything, on the computer, trying to, technology and all that. So I'm going to do it in between journals and see if maybe I can hold my attention span longer. I think Gracie's under my desk making noises. This is just my my card that I include with my journals. And here is some more seam binding. I love this color. It's like a sable. It's like a sable color brown, and I tea stained it, and it changed it a little bit. It's almost got like a golden sheen to it. So here is the honey bunny. This is a piece of upholstery that I have with some tatting. And if you open it up here, this cute little clip, this is just where you can write your name in the book, and you are the owner of this book. And this just came out of an old, I think I even got it in Happy Mail. I'm not paperback, I'm not sure. So I only have one of those. And this is a bookmark that I made. Very simple. I have lots of feathers from my jewelry days. So I dyed this feather and attached it to, it's actually 3 feathers, and I wrapped it with some ribbon, and that's your bookmark, if you so desire. So this is some interesting stuff I got from another seller on YouTube, and it's like tape, but it's not sticky, and it's white, and it comes in about, I guess it's about a 2-inch. So I just cut that down, and actually I cut 2 strips, I think, and then sewed them, did some stitching on there just for some interest, and I did stain it with the yellow and the tea. And again, here's that laundry bag, the nylon laundry bag. Love this digital. And this is not a girly book. She's a tomboy, but she likes flowers and she likes laces, but she's not overly frilly. So I didn't want the book to be overly frilly. It's an old calendar. And really, I just filled it with ephemera that she has collected. She's a bit of a klepto. She will find something in the house, and if she likes it, she decides that it's hers, and she will take it and put it in her room, and it makes its way to this book. So, that her sisters are like probably looking for so many things, bills, and where is all this stuff? And it's right here. It's in this book because Beatrix took it. Some grid paper. And this is a writing book. You can do a lot of writing in this. So it's yellows and browns. I tried to stick in that area. Black, the tea stained look. This is a library card, and then a library notice. This is just a illustration. I'm going to try not to pick every single thing. And I put some of my painty papers in there, just papers that I have in my stash that I like to use, just to give you some extra writing space. Some faux tape, and I'm going to include this bag. I can't even tell you how long I've had this bag. I've held on to it because I love it. But it stayed in the tea bath for a long time and dried natural and got some crusties on it, and it is so perfect. And I'm finally going to let go of it so you can do whatever you want with that. Here's a book page about bees. Here's a check. Somebody plays bridge, and then somebody has a raffle ticket. And here are some pressed flowers right there. I think there's 3 in there. It's a beehive. This is an old illustration out of a book. "40 Years Among the Bees." Just some more blank paper. This is an old book spine I've been holding on to. When I find digitals that I really, really like, what is clanking? Oh, this is clanking. When I find digitals that I really like, I have a tendency to tea stain them and then not want to cover them up. So that's one of them. I love this digital. I've used it quite a few times, and I don't like to cover it up. I think there's an electric bill in there and some sort of receipt, and these are original. Somebody's probably looking for their building permit certificate. Remember these? Weren't they fun? Used to do that with my mom, and I love this picture. I love it. Illustration of a bee. I aged everything in this book a lot. A lot. Cluster there. And you know, a lot of what I used was very neutral, not too colorful. Kind of wanted to stay in that area. Not sure what kind of slide that is, but I don't even know where I got it from. I have one left. And this is a pocket. It's a newspaper. Pickle bag. This is a funky little bag. I don't know what came in that. And this is a little bag as well. Oh, there's something in there. Look. This is a vintage glass setting. I don't know what it, I guess, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's a pretty color. It's faceted. I've had it a long time, and I'm giving it up. Wonder where Beatrix got that from. And here is another tag. This is like a screen, window screen material. Lots of layering on that. This was really a fun book to make. I even did rub-ons. I got into the rub-ons. I think, it's not stuck in there. I did a last gluing of that pocket, and I think I snagged an edge, so I'll make sure I get that out. Hopefully without tearing it, but if I do, you know what I'm going to use? Faux tape. That's what I'm going to use. That's what I'm going to use, faux tape. This is rub on, believe it or not. I don't know if you can tell, but it is. It's just a piece of grid paper. Has a really nice texture to it. It's a really pretty, doesn't come across very well, but it's a really pretty gold trim that I bought, and I use it really sparingly because I don't have a lot. Can't really see it, but it's so sparkly and pretty. That's the only bling that Beatrix would allow in her journal, right there. So this is just a letter to my darling. And I think the bottom of it is missing. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to it. But it's about an inch of letter left that is missing. So it's cute. It's a cute little letter. Gammy's probably looking for that. And I put some stamps in here. She's a stamp collector, and I believe these are, I'm not going to get them out. They are from all over. They're not just United States. Some extra paper right there. And I'll put all the digitals below in the description box. There's a rub-on. And this is a form that they would put on the hives, I guess. And it would help, it helps keep track of the season. And they would stick something in, like a wire or something, and then they would push it like a dial here and here and here. So I put some holes in there. So they would just put that to the outside, tuck the card on a conspicuous part of the hive or nucleus. Oh, I love this poem. I believe it's from Tennyson, Bed in Summer. And it's just one of my favorite poems. It's about being young and having to go to bed early. In winter, I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way, I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? One of my favorites. So I had put the original in another journal a couple years ago, and I'm so happy that I snapped a picture of it because I don't have that book page anymore. Keep this book clean. B for Beatrix. And here's the last tag I made. This is Beatrix all grown up, honeybee. And I put a quote down here. You are enough, 1,000 million times enough. We have to tell ourselves that. And I punched holes with a punch and just put some lace behind it in a couple of spots. Right there it says B. This is an acrylic thingamajig. You know, it kind of, I don't know what you call them. I feel like I was kind of quiet today. Got to get back in the hang of it. Just a little booklet. Got some scrap paper in it. You can jot down whatever you like or not. And don't you love this lace? This looks like, it looks like turmeric. It looks like I dyed it with turmeric, but really it was just the golden yellow, and which I have the box right here. Believe it or not, it is that. It took the yellow really well. It was it was pretty close to that. But when I tea stained it and left it in, I put it in the tea, and then I put it in the fridge overnight, and I think it sat there all day the next day in the tea, and came out this beautiful color. And that is it. I hope you like her. She's a little chunky monkey, and I'll put her all back together. And I guess that's it. I am going to watch some live sales today. The Women's Empowerment group is selling Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday. Hope Liz doesn't mind if I bring this up. The Empowered Artistic Women's Market #2. She has started doing this and has a lot of sellers through the days. They have time slots and a certain amount of time to sell. Some of them sell, I believe, their own makes, and also maybe a little destashing going on. So I will also link that in the description box. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to download this video, but I just remembered I made a video about 2 weeks ago, and I was just in the process of making this, and I wanted to do a quick one, and I think it wasn't very quick. It was like 15 or 20 minutes long, and I went to do the YouTube thing and put it up, and it said it was, what did it say? It said it was, the file was corrupted, and I freaked out because I've never had a corrupted file before. So I shut down my laptop, and I just didn't even want to go there. I didn't even want to go there. I was not in the right frame of mind. So I looked at it last night. I looked at the file last night, and it is corrupted and had something to do with how I transferred it to a file. Like my downloads. I did something wrong, and it's not that I have a virus. It's just, I don't know. but I deleted it. So hopefully when I finish this one, which is 35 minutes, sorry y'all, 35 minutes, hopefully that won't happen. But I forgot to show you this. This is a ribbon. Just a really pretty ribbon that I distressed. And I ruched it. I hand did it, but I ruched, I did a regular running stitch on the side, both sides, and then I ruched it and got my pleats in there. And then I pinned it and I ironed it. I tell you, your iron is your best friend. I ironed those pleats in place, which I didn't want it to be perfect. And then I went back and did a permanent stitch all over. So that's what all those little stitches are. And I used a bit of a contrasting thread. And that is my closure that goes into this tag right here. It just slips right in there. So that's it, everybody. Sorry if I'm rambling. I hope you enjoyed this today. I am going to, once I get this uploaded to YouTube and I got this going, then I'm going to get on the computer and I'm going to listen to the live sales and I'm going to try to figure out some sort of editing, something or other, to where I can do a tutorial, if that's what you want to call it, or a how-to process on how to do this. And hopefully I can edit it so that it won't be so long. And because this took a good week to do. And that was mostly because I just didn't know where it was going. It started out as a simple tag and then it ended up here. So, but stuff like that I find daunting to try to film, because it does take me so long to do things and you don't want to sit there and watch that, and I can't edit. So I really hope that in between now and my next journal, I am able to learn how to edit, at least just some simple editing, to where I can speed it up or, you know, cut something out or add a picture that I want to show you, something. So that's really what I want to do. So I guess that's it for today. Everybody have a beautiful day. Thank you for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up, and I love to hear from you. If you wouldn't mind dropping me a comment and let me know if you would like to see a how-to process on how I did this. And let me know, do long videos bother you? I have a tendency, you know, if I'm watching a long video from somebody else, I will speed up the play time on YouTube, and that way I can, you know, get through it. And because a lot of things, you know, making journals myself, I have an idea and I kind of know how they did it, so it's not important for me to hear every single word. But and if there is something that comes along that I need to pay really close attention to, I just pause it and I put the speed back to normal. So but let me know how you feel about long videos and how you feel about watching and maybe doing it at the same time, or if you would like a supply list ahead of time, so that you can do it as I do it, or I don't know, just let me know. I would really like to know what your opinions are. I know what I like in a video. I mean, I like all videos, but I know what I like in a video, and I know what I like in a tutorial, but I need to know what you would like to see and what information you would like to have. So just let me know. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye. Bye. Gotta get the button. There it is. Bye.